Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amir Hakim Abdul Hadi. I'm from J4 EC 1104H1. And today I want to present to you 10 most common personal protection equipment. This is the task given by Madam Nur Muiza Nawi. Okay. So the definition of PPE is personal protective equipment, which is a clothing or an equipment worn by workers to protect them from fire, chemical or physical impact. The PPE should only be used when engineering, design and operating or maintaining maintenance practice do not provide a sufficiently safe work environment. PPE represent a last line of defense. So the function of the PPE is to protect employees or workers from exposure to workplace hazard and the risk of injuries. Before using or assigning PPE, steps should be always taken to eliminate or control hazard and work procedures that should be in place to limit exposure to this hazard. There are a few types of PPE, such as respiratory protection, eye protection, head protection, ear protection, foot protection, hand and arm protection, and high visibility clothing. Okay, so this is the example of the safety equipment. Okay, the most common one, the most common use during site construction. So for the first equipment is the safety helmet. So the function of the hard hat or the safety helmet is to protect industrial workers from head injuries caused by falling, flying or fixed objects. The protective hat also must be able to withstand penetration, shock and water resistance, as well as being slow burning when any fire occurs. Okay, so the places for the hats to be used is during construction site, during wiring work and during welding work. Okay, so the safety helmet are divided into three classes. For the first one is class A. The Class A helmet provide impact and penetration resistance and some protection from electrical hazard. For Class B, it also provide impact and penetration resistance, but Class B hats provide the highest level of protection against electrical hazard, including high voltage shock and burn protection. And finally, for Class C, it provides some impact protection, but for electrical hazard, it do not provide any protection. Okay. So moving on to the second one, which is the safety uniform. This is a form of clothing protection. Okay, the safety uniform or safety clothing is important in the workplace as it is used to protect the users against any health and safety risks at work. The PPE also help to lessen the likelihood of injuries, illness, and legal issues, and it will ensure a safe, happy working environment for all the workers. Okay, the uniform have a lot of pockets that can be used by the person to carry the equipment or tools safely and comfortably. Okay, the uniform should also be worn at different occasions, such as during the site visiting and during at the construction site while working. So the third one is safety jacket. Safety jacket is a form of clothing protection. So the safety jacket have a unique design that will increase the visibility of the work of the person that wears it. So the safety jacket help to notify the vehicle user on the road or on the highway about the person in charge during work at the roadside, such as setting up the cone, drainage repairing, road fixing, and many more. So the safety jacket help to improve the awareness of other construction workers to prevent any unwanted accident during the work. The safety jacket consists of three colors, which are red, orange, and yellow. All of them have reflective stripe to increase the contrast color on the vest. So basically, the safety jacket helps the vehicle user and other construction workers to to notice and increase their awareness about the person that is working at the road, especially during night time. So for the next one is safety glasses, which is considered as eye protection. So the function of the safety glasses is to provide protection on the eye for the user to avoid any particles such as dust, soil, wood splinter and metal fragment from entering and damaging the eye, causing disturbance for the user's eyesight. So the safety glasses also help to reduce and prevent any injuries at the face part of the user. And finally, the safety glasses are made from flexible plastic frames and elastic headband. This would uh, this would make the user comfortable comfortable and the glasses could last long. Okay. For the fifth one is safety body harness. Okay, the function of the safety body harness uh, is is to hold body and protect workers from falling by distributing the force of the fall over a large area of the body. It will ensure that the subject that will fall remains suspended in an upright position after the fall has occurred. Okay, basically it helps the user to prevent incidents such as falling from a high place during working. Okay, and then it also allowed to use it, all, it also allowed the user to use their hand freely while working. And finally, it act as a life-saving equipment that can save the user's life. So for the sixth one is safety glove. The safety glove is a PPE which protect the hand part against any hazard, and it can additionally cover the part of forearm and the arms. So example of injuries that it could prevent is cuts, chemical contaminant, friction, and sharp object. The glove should also be inspected before being used to avoid using faulty glove. Okay. The type of glove varies to the type of work and the situation of the users are on. So if the user is working on electrical work, the type of glove varies from work to work. Okay. For the next one is safety boot. So the safety boot is used to protect the worker's feet from injuries and prevent exhaustion. The boot mainly applies to industrial workers that are on the front line of danger. The safety shoes are used as important. Therefore, the safety shoes are just as important as any other PPE. Okay, the type of material that is used to create the safety boot are steel, plastic, rubber, and aluminium. And the type of work needed shoes to be worn is by handling heavy object, working with sharp object or material, dealing electrical cables, working on slippery faces. Basically, all the work at the construction site needed shoes to be worn for to prevent any injuries. Okay. For the next one is safety earmuff. Safety earmuff is a type of PPE that is used to cover the wearer's ears from excessive noise pollution, dust, or temperature variation, especially cold. So they are made of thermoplastic and sponge and are shaped like a pair of cup. Okay, the earmuffs are worn when workers are exposed to noise that have high pitch for more than 6 hours. Okay, there are two types of ear protection here. The first one is earmuff. The second one is earplug. So the head of the earmuff is made from the thermoplastic or metal, while the protection part, the part where shaped like a cup, is made from acoustic foam that can absorb sound wave and turn it into heat. Okay, and the final PPE is a welding mask. So welding mask or welding helmet is a type of headgear that is used when performing certain type of welding to protect the eye, face, and neck from flash burning, ultraviolet lights, sparks, infrared light, and heat. The material used for the welding mask is typically constructed of fiberglass or polymer, which offers sufficient protection while remaining relatively lightweight. Basically, the helmet or the mask is light, although it looks like it is a heavy equipment. Okay, so yeah, the welding mask is used during welding work. Okay, moving on to the hazardous environment. So for the first one is falling object. Falling object may fall from a height without being noticed, and the object that fall varies from tools, which is small object, to beams and trusses, that is a big object. Okay, so the ways to overcome is by wearing a hard hat. By wearing a hard hat, this will help to protect serious injuries towards the head. Okay, so the next one is dust particle. Dust particle will make the workers to cough uncontrollably. Uh, so the dust will also enter the worker's eye and cause the workers to not be able to focus doing their work and may cause eye pain. Okay, so the ways to overcome is by wearing respiratory masks and safety glasses. This will help to prevent the dust from disturbing the workers' breathing and sighting. So the final hazardous environment is electricity. So electricity might cause electric shock to the person in charge or to the workers that is doing the electrical work. And if poorly handled, the electricity can cause serious injuries and can cause fire at the construction. So the ways to prevent or overcome the situation is by wearing safety gloves while handling electrical compartment. Other than that, wearing safety uniform, it can ensure the safety of the person in charge or the workers. By wearing both of the equipment, it can also prevent fire from being created through a spark or shock. So when you wear the PPE or the proper clothing, it will help to improve the performance of the workers, and then it will help to counter or prevent any injuries such as the fire uh, that could be produced. Okay. Then finally, for the conclusion, PPE is important for the safety of the workers at the construction site. Okay. Other than that, PPE act as a last line of defense for any incident that happens. The PPE also should fit perfectly, and the person wearing it should be comfortable and safe. And finally, the PPE should be inspected regularly to avoid any malfunction during the time of use. Basically, the one is responsible to check is the safety engineer, to check all the PPE whether it can be used or not, whether it is needed to be replaced or it can last longer than it's supposed to. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for all your time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.